Good morning, humans. How are you wonderful little people doing? Great? Glorious? Sublime? That's good. It's good. Now, I hope things have been going well. Let's bring that back up a little bit. There we go. Oh, my system does not appear to be... No, I know. That's because it doesn't. Okay. I don't know. There's a new version of Foundry. But because my computer is over there and I am incredibly lazy, I haven't bothered to update it yet. So, today... Last week? Was it last week? Maybe. Maybe not. I think it was last week. I think it was, I think it was last Wednesday? That sounds about right. Last Wednesday when we created a character. Who was the character we created? Was it Malice? It was Malice. Where is your sheet? Here? There you go. This is Malice's character sheet. They're very strong. They're a strong person. They're not a very clever person, but as clever as the average bear. They're reasonably wise, quite dexterous. They're hearty, and they're charismatic enough. Yeah, we got some hit points. We got a great sword. We purchased a great sword. We got defensive level of 16, shield expert, superhuman strength, and master thief. Okay. And our ability was intimidating blow. What does all this mean? I hear myself asking myself. Well, let's check. Let's check. You know, one thing that I was worrying about, so by and large, nothing that I have is really affected by the Unity trying to, I'm pretty sure, torpedo pattern. So there's a whole thing in the world where Oracle started charging for installations of the license, of the runtime. But I'm pretty sure that those could only be after a certain point, right? So you had to be a certain version of the Oracle Java runtime engine in order for them to charge them, because otherwise you've basically gone, here, you didn't, here's a license for a thing, and now we're flipping that license on you. I'm pretty sure that's not legal, which is why Oracle was only able to do its torpedo pattern thing after a certain version of Oracle. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of like why the OGL people over at Wizards of the Coast backed down, because it's like you can't flip the license on somebody. But anyway, the reason I was muttering about that, of course, is because the only thing that I use that uses Unity is VTube Studio, right? Yeah, it would suck if that had problems, because it's one of the better products out there for this kind of thing. Let's have a little look, actually. Have they said anything? No, they've not said anything. I'm sure they will at some point. VTube. Oh, that's VTube Maker, not VTube Studio. No one cares about VTuber Maker. See, I've got sidetracked already. VTube Studio. Have they made an announcement? Probably not. I don't know where they're based. View discussions. Could VTube be affected? Note. Okay, right. So they're saying it's a little bit early to say for sure, since the details of the new license are still actively changing. But I don't foresee this causing any bigger issues for VTube Studio. Because I'm sure there's like a whole bunch of legal protection. But anyway, not interesting. Not what we're talking about. So, shield expert. Let's find the feats or whatever they're called in this. If they're called feats, I presume it's alphabetical. Spaghetti's shield S. Shield expert. While carrying a shield, you may perform a strength ability check to completely avoid a death blow once per combat. The shield is destroyed in the process. Well, that's a problem. But okay. Superhuman strength. You can wield a two-handed weapon with a single hand. Requires strength 18+. Yes, so we kind of built the character around that because we can hold a great sword in one hand, the shield in the other arm, and we can bop people. And Master Thief, because we were thinking a little bit Conan-y, weren't we? You have advantage on all stealth and sleight of hand checks. Our sleight of hand is 1, our stealth I presume is also 1, because I guess they're dex based. Acrobatics, athletics, perception. Okay. So, one thing, if I share the book for a moment. But anyway, that's kind of a feel. And intimidating blow is a combat maneuver, and I think it. What does intimidating blow do? Perform a standard attack. If it hits, it deals damage as normal, and your target has disadvantage when attacking you for the next 2 rounds. So this is good when we're fighting with the powerful opponents. So anyway, no, that's weird. But we'll just ignore it. I say that now, I'm going to be stuck looking at this for... What on earth has happened there? Anyway, what are we looking at? Let's go over to camo. Camo. So, actually, let's first of all go to Chrome 2. Open that up for a second. There we go. So, one thing I was just looking at was their solo rule section. So their games are kind of configured so they kind of work for solo, but there's the map. Road encounters. So this is alright. So this is the random generator stuff. It doesn't really have a random task generator. So we've got a yes/no oracle. We've got a complication table. We've got action and theme tables. We've got an AI table. Encounter table. Map. Random road encounters. Some locations. We saw some other tables further down. Alright, so here's some hex crawling tables. That's something I should probably open up. I signed up for the word mill the other day. So we've got open world. We've changed they've changed the way Adobe scrolls again. There we go. So one of the reasons why I picked this up... Oh look, AI art. One of the reasons I picked this up is that they've got an open world sandbox solo play. Thoughts of thinking in this one. I'm not really interested in the mass combat system. But yeah, so fill with sand, start rolling. So this is interesting. This is something I picked up recently, and that was why in here so it's got some encounter generators. That's all fine. NPC descriptors. This is all fine. The weekly events, factional events, general events. So events. These events are useful. Ah, we do have adventure seeds. Okay, here we go. Let's roll a d20. Do. You shift along a bit. You go here. I'm a bit in the way. Let me just move myself. Let me move myself a little bit. No. It's probably kind of safe. Right. There we go. Yeah, right, let's have a look. Let's roll a dice. Children outside making noise. Roll. 7. Traveling blacksmith allegedly selling mastercraft weapons has been found murdered outside of a local town. Okay. And these are bad. These are default bad guys. Well, some of these are quite powerful bad guys. So we're not sure what we're going to do here. But we don't need to share this book anymore. Shoe. Crumb. Yeah. Let's move back over here. Yeah. Cool. Toppiest of bananas to you. Chrome, camo. Kind of a funny angle we're at now, but you know, it'll do. So one thing that we should probably look at as well is, where are those little books? Are they over here? Yes, they are. Okay. Back. Haha. Is this one? Is this one we're looking for? I don't think it is. Random event encounters. Quests. Oh, a D100 worth of quests. That might be worth rolling. Items. Knickknacks. 25-ish. Peculiar knickknacks and flavor items. It's D100 this. 24. 1d10 candles that burn for exactly 1 hour whilst releasing a metallic scent. It's odd, but it sounds uniquely useful, to be frank. I was kind of expecting not you. Items, pocket fillers, gems, treasures. peculiar knickknacks. 54. 54. Oh, there's not as many in here. These are more peculiar. So this is a D20. 1. An eye patch with a hole in it. Not very interested, is it? Let's try this again. 51. 51. A silver cuff engraved with their name. Okay, well that sounds like something that sounds vaguely interesting. Let's just note that down. Character details. A silver cuff. I kind of presume that's a bracelet. I don't know. What is a cuff? In this particular, I remember these cuffs are what's around your wrist, right? A silver cuff with their name on it. Okie dokie. Cool. So what we know about the characters is that they've recently managed to return from a horrifying encounter with hell, and it was partially the clergy's fault that they were in such a predicament. So I think first of all we should go to our fate lists. So thread list. Oh, this is. Oh. Okay. I can get rid of all this. Demons hunting malice. Inquisition hunting malice. And who? Where did we write down all of our stuff? I presume it's in the journal somewhere. Nella awards. Oh look, this is definitely different characters. Oh, that's exciting. So this isn't about this character. Is there anything in there? Description. Close that. No. Okay, is it in obsidian? I don't know. Is it in obsidian? Solo plays. Chevalier, Delta Green, Dungeons and Dragons, Flotsam, Guild by Moonlight, Pendragon, Urban Shadows. Oh. Oh, well that's strange. I'm sure I had notes. Do you know where I put my notes? I don't know where I put my notes. Did I put them in Dungeons and Dragons? No. My freeform sheet. Did I put them anywhere on here? No. No, I didn't. Well, this is most unusual. Journal. Well. Oh well. Did I write it down on a bit of paper? That would have been a very, very poor idea of mine. But now that I think about it, maybe I did. Maybe I did do something on a piece of paper. Oh no, what a terrible idea, Dungeon Slime. Why did you do such a thing? What's going on in here? One of my many copies of Werewolf Fair. Was it here? Did they put it here? No. Oh, this is for Flotsam stuff. We need to play Flotsam. It's fun, it's something to do. Okay, somehow I don't have any notes on this character. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that their mother got killed by their parents got murdered by the clergy. I remember this. I suppose the problem might have been that I did write it down, but then I didn't save it. So I'm pretty sure the parents were killed by the Inquisition. They were betrayed by a friend. They wanted to know more about the people that killed their parents. I kind of feel that was kind of vaguely what happened. And didn't they lose part of their bladder or something? I think they did. Suffered a gut injury. Like the least exciting of injuries. If we go to their sheet. Intimidating blow, slashing. Even that's not on here. That's really weird. I'm sure I put it on somewhere, but I clearly haven't because it's not here. So that means we need to find it. Find it, we will. Corruption, fatigue, character creation, tomb robber. No. A brutal past. Name, wounds and scars. Yes, so we had bowels. They were scarred. They were deformed, right? Weak bowels. The character sees their healing rate reduced by 1 hit point. So, healing rate. This. Fiddlesticks. -1. Like so. Okay. Okay, so we've rolled 4. What's happened? A travelling blacksmith allegedly selling mastercraft weapons has been found murdered outside of a local town. I guess we'll roll to understand why Malice cares, because I don't see that they would. Why would you care, Malice, for Veza? I mean, you don't have any money, so one reason they might care is an opportunity to make money. Complications. 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 Okay, sorry. There I am, sat here quietly, thinking to myself as opposed to speaking, as I should be doing. Let's roll a D100. 53. 53 is move. Okay. 53 move, theme. 82. Pain. So, I mean, to be frank, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you, there's no reason that Malice would care about a blacksmith being killed. Unless it looked like it was done by a demon. So, let's ask a question. My first question is, should I use Mythic or should I just use the tables in here? I think I'll use Mythic. So the way Mythic will go is scenes, Mythic elements, where's this flow chart? Dunk. Okay, so let's just share this for a second. Camo capture main. There we go. Right. Right, so follow your expectation. Should the expectation be tested? Ask a question, determine odds, fate chart check, interpret results. But also, there is, example, odds, questionable chaos, fate questions, fate check modifiers, using fate, blah de blah de blah. What I'm looking for is not random events. What I'm looking for is scenes. Making a big scene. Scene as a unit of time. How much money do they have left? 4 coins. So we've got 4 coins left. So they're unlikely to be at an inn. So, okay, what we're going to say is, would there be... Yes. So, the merchants of the village, of the town, let's try and keep it a journal. The agonies of Malice. Let's add a page. What should we call it? Memories of a... Well, we'll find out once we're done. Save. Okay. The merchants of the the settlement of Cravesholm have gathered together a small reward for whoever finds the brute that murdered murdered Aldrel the Smith. They post a message on the town. There's a fort. A town crier is pronouncing the news, pronouncing the reward during the morning's cries. So, you know, hear ye, the good merchants of Cravesholm, the good merchants of Cravesholm have announced a bounty of 50 coins that will be rewarded to whoever identifies and brings to justice the killer of the good smith Aldrel. Hear ye, hear ye. The reason for that, of course, is that the characters probably can't read, and most people in the town can't read. So, of a smith called Aldrel, and given Malice is hard up for change, so they are reasonably poor at the moment. Given Malice's current lack of funds, they feel that this is likely an opportunity to earn some coin. Now, it is cold, and there is a constant driving snow. Everyone is wrapped in thick furs, and burns what wood they can find to keep warm, if only for a little while. Something that's coming up in a not too distant future, November, in fact, is NaNoWriMo, and so we may move over from poorly solo role-playing to poorly writing a novella. I do have to come up with an idea of what I'd ever do, but that's kind of the same every year. I have a terrible... Well, because last time I really didn't... Well, I'm not getting into it. Not getting into it. We're just getting on with the game. Okay, so let's not overthink. So Malice is going to go to the scene of crime. Malice heads to the scene of crime, just outside of town. Actually, Malice performs a few inquiries in town. First, heading to the Merchant Guild Hall, to find out. First heading for Merchant Guildhall. The question here, so this is a scene. So where did we go? Scenes. Of course, I'm speaking all this out and typing away, but I'm not showing you the typing. But no, well, it's too late now. Make a scene. Elements of a scene. Lists. A collection of adventure goals to pursue and the characters to interact with. Scene structure. The way you determine the scene to beginning and end of a scene. Besides the first scene, there are 3 kinds of scene: expected, altered, and interrupt. Playing, blah 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 blah. Threads lists. So we've already started building up a thread list. So for this adventure, should put that over here. Where is thread lists gone? Here we go. We need another one, which is what's the gentleman's name? The murder of Aldrel the Smith. It's far less satisfying, I expect, if you can't see what I'm tippy-tapping away. So, let's get rid of that for a second. The murder of Aldrel Smith, and we will have, I expect, the murderer. No, see, so that's a theme. The murder of Aldrel Smith. Put stars next to these 2. So these 2 are protected, so they can't just be resolved. D3, update, close. Now, what we do have, random character lists. Not harm. Harm isn't here. Update. Apostles, rural civilization. Okay, the town of Kravsholm and update, close. If I click back on here, character list, good, fine. So the Inquisition, Apostles, rural town of Kravsholm. Click on this. Is this okay? Cool. Not the town of Kravsholm, the town of Kravsholm. And then we have the murderer. Update. Cool. We also have the merchants, right? The merchants. Update. As we go into this first scene. So, threads, character scenes, character lists, non-character elements. So the guild hall, well, first of all, scene structures, first scene, first scene strategies, random events, expected scenes, altered scenes. Hold on, come to me, come to us. Scene structure, the first scene. No, seeding list, scene structure. When to add something to the lists. 4 W's. Testing the expected scene. Before we dive into the new scene, we have to check to see whether or not the scene does what we want. Roll a d10 and compare it to the current chaos factor. If you roll above the chaos factor, the expected scene starts how you thought it would. If you roll equal to or less than the CF, then your expected scene changes some way. So let's roll a d10. I don't think it's got just a scene checker. No. So I don't think it does anyway. Scene alteration. Chaos rank 5. To chat. Oh no, it does. Cool. Interruption event 37. Introduce a new NPC. Waste. Evil. Ooh, that's interesting. Cool. So we've had a new NPC. So there's an interrupt scene. So if we go to the little book, is it before or after? Inspired ideas. Page 4. Expected scenes. Altered scenes. Making a connection. Interrupt scenes. Right, so interrupt scenes. Interrupt scenes. While altered scenes play off your expectations, interrupt scenes ignore them entirely. Anything can happen. If your expected scene becomes an interrupt scene, then Mythic derails your expectations to send the narrative in a new and unforeseen direction. You generate an interrupt scene the same way you generate a random event. Roll for the event focus and event meaning, then interpret the results in context. So, what have we got here? We've got an interrupt scene where we introduce a new NPC. This new NPC... let's get some details about this new NPC, other than the fact that they are evil and waste. Meaning tables, undead descriptions? No. Spell effects, starship descriptions, sounds, meaning tables. It's been a long time since I've used this Mythic in its full context, so let's just check something. So Mythic Journey, variations, scenes, variations, collected tables. What I'm interested in is whether or not it has a the big example. Interrupt scenes, variations, determining NPC statistics, so we don't need to do that. Diversifying threads, resolving mid chaos, low chaos fate charts. What's a session in solo play? Keyed scene record sheets. Using Mythic with prepared adventures. Peril points. Ooh. Where to get more support? Generating events. 109 NPC behavior tables. 109, 109, 180, 95, 99, 111. If we get 2 scenes done today, we'll be doing well. NPC behavior table. Right, okay. Fake question result, yes. The NPC does what you expect and or continues. Okay, so I guess the first, the driving question is, does the NPC attack us? Right? Is it straight to scraps? Fake question, does the new NPC attack us? No. They do not attack us. Okay, well that's a start. Okay. Let's get a name for this character. New window. Fantasy name generator. Not Star Trek Klingon names though. Real names. Europe. Angles and Saxons. Elfgar. That's always definitely not how it's pronounced. Elfgar. So for evil waste, motivation, group control. So they're motivated, gain control of a group in the town, and skills, conversations, mysterious, threatening. Okay. Mysterious and threatening in their conversation. Fine, right? Okay. And let's. You there? I can see you. You're strange. You strange individual. You are not normal here. You can see they're kind of covered in snow, but they're also kind of filthy. They're kind of bedraggled. They're somewhat stooped over, and by and large, they don't give off if it's the waste thing here. They definitely give off a less than wholesome feel to them. I mean, you could easily be mistaken as a beggar. You shouldn't get involved in things that are beyond your concern, things outside of your understanding, outsider. You should return to the south from whence you came. This is not the land for you. No. And well, Malice is going to. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you wretched crone? So insight, wisdom rolls. This is an interesting question. How do skill checks work in this game? I presume it is it is roll under, but I don't know. How to play. Core mechanics, skill checks. Okay, right. So it's target number, roll over. Fine. Deception, history, insights, investigation, manipulation. What makes you think that I am here to interfere in any kind of your local goings on? Asks Malice. No. You look like a person of action, of motivation. People like you are always sticking their noses in where they aren't belonged. You should be fearful. This is not a land that treats people like you fairly. Hey, what do you mean, people like me? Ones who have been beyond the pale. Perhaps I should inform the local clergy of your unwholesome arrival. And I think kind of probably with that, Malice will threaten the individual and inform them they best go away. Speak not more to me, you strange homeless vagrant. Be gone and out of my sight. I have no interest in seeing such a thing once again. You know nothing of me, and you shall know nothing of me, unless you wish to feel the might of my steel. And with that, I think I will ask. We'll ask the table. Where'd it go? Shoot. We'll ask this fake question. Does Alfgar leave? Well, no. So, yes is supposed to be whatever it is that is active. Does Alfgar take action? No, fuck me. Massive fucking fly just fell onto my table. And I don't know why or where from. It's huge. I don't know where it came from, but I'll tell you what it is now. It's not on my table. Ugh. It's horrible. At least it wasn't a weird beetle, just a massive fly. You ever get that and you're just like, where on earth did that come from? I mean, this is a remarkably clean house. I don't understand why there are flies. Anyway. Does Elfgar take action? 13. Yes. So let's go to... This is... a brutal past. How to play. Combat. So, what can we do? Combat, surprise, healing and death, conditions and saving throws, corruption, earning experience points. The world is an ugly place, being strangled and suffocated by the polluting influence of demonic beings, which manifest itself as corruption. Normal human evil gives birth to the metaphysical. Alright, okay. Normal human evil gives birth to the metaphysical evil of corruption. Fine. This is not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, I don't know, are hexes. Adventure seeds. Hexes. Character motivations. Oh, interesting. I'm sure I saw something in here at some point. But I'm kind of reminded of what's the game called? Morkborg, Boggyburg. Oh look, what was your occupation? Falconer. Let us roll a dice and make a decision. So I think it takes action. The action that they take is they hex us. Elfgar curses us with an alien tongue. The likes of which I have never encountered. Never encountered. And never wish to encounter again. Encounter again. What does the hex do? Choosing an event focus. Questions. Fate check modifiers. Fate charts. Thread progress track. Generating NPC behaviors. Fate chart. Fate checks. Fate questions as RPG rules. Okay, so... Oh, curses. There's even a button for one. Mock. Ruin. Although I think those might be insult curses, but mock ruin. Information defect. Okay, so scene, mass. However, on their way, interrupted by the grotesque L Alfgar, who threatens us when we demand they leave our presence. They muttered some kind of curse, kind of cursed tongue. I hope never to hear of it again. And then they leave. Right. Fine. I don't need this calendar. Okay, cool. Let's find out. So they've cursed us. None of this really feels like it's sparking my imagination. So let's carry. Let's just click that save button. Let's carry on to the guild house. We arrive at the guild. Well, we think we are at the guild house. Let's check. So now, what you're supposed to do at the end of each scene is determine whether or not you are in control or not of the scene. So I don't think that we were. So I kind of presume the chaos rating goes up. OBS disconnected. Reconnecting. Don't disconnect. Reconnection successful. Well, that's not a good sign. Let's hope that's all fine. We'll just pretend it is, even if it's not. Alfgar. Oh no, we didn't want that part. We want this part. Alfgar. Evil waste. Should add this down here. Characters. Right, and upon getting here, there's you know, there's a wagon being unloaded by some coach hands. and they see Malice and look to, get away from them. And one of them rushes inside, and Malice kind of looks around, looking huge and terrifying. And after a short moment, covered in snow because it's still driving snow, but they're not cold, they're fine. Out comes a man who's in a quite a nice outfit. They're clearly well-to-do, so to speak, and I can close camo now because I don't really think we're going to need it. Ooh, look at that! Beep boop. Just turn camo off. Right. So, how may I help? How may I help, sir? Hello. I heard from the town crier that there is a reward for tracking down and bringing to justice the foul fiend that has dispatched one of your number. Yes, of course. That would be the obvious reason. If the man says, looking Malice up and down. Of course. Yes. And how may I be of assistance? Yes, I want to know where the incident took place, and any information you have about enemies of this smith. Well, I definitely don't know of any enemies. Let's ask some questions of the system. Did you know of? First off, did you know of any enemy of the smith that would be willing to kill them? Oh yes. I mean, their skill was legendary. Many would kill in order to ensure. Well, several. Other fine artists would be willing to dispatch of them. In the town there is but inside of town, almost certainly not. Particularly not when you said willing to kill them. Did you know of any enemies of the smith that would be willing to kill them? Yes. Who? Identity? Will I give us something? Advisor. Judge. Okay. Advisor. Judge. Okay. Wait. That's number one. A scene. We arrive at Guild House. A harried man. Probably an assistant to the master of the guild house. Came out to meet us. They say that the smith had run afoul of the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor of this region. Oh, really? The judge advisor ran afoul of the what do you think advises an inquisitor? What apostle, acolyte of Inquisitor, Inquisitor Jubilee, ran afoul of the acolyte of the Inquisitor Jubilee, but surely they would not kill an innocent smith over some tavern slight. Right. Where? So surely not. Surely they would not do such a thing. It says Malice. So now we have Inquisitor Jubilee, and their acolyte. Update. Close it. Open it. Yes. Okay. Top hot dogs. Batman. So, well, I mean, where was the, where's the body? Where is the body? It is where is the body? The body is currently in the would it be in the? Is the body at the guild house? Yes, the body will still be here at the guild house, right? Where's the body? It is here on site, right? So I can take you to see it. Were any of his things taken? No. All of his things were left with. All of their things were left with them. All of their things were left with them. As far as I can tell. Okay, the body. Names, scavenged, locations, characters, monsters. Are the injuries on the body indicative of a are the injuries of the body indicative of a animal attack? Are the injuries on the body indicative of an animal attack? Question mark. To chat. Yes. Okay. So now, off of a little book, we can go, what kind of animal is it indicative of? travelling mishaps, creatures, D20. $16. A Ryzen. What on earth is a Ryzen? I wonder if I have included... Ah, there we go. Ah, Risen. Okay, not Ryzen. The undead or risen are corpses that have been taken over by evil spirits. Although mostly human, some evil spirits do take over animal corpses when there is nothing available. So it's just a zombie. Wow, we've managed to get the most boring creature possible. Okay. So the injuries indicate that they were attacked by a Risen. Risen, the bite and claw, the bite marks. The bite marks make this seem something of a certainty. Something of a certainty. But then, where has the Risen gone? They are not renowned. They are not renowned for their stealth or good judgment. Could something have been controlling the Risen? Right, so now we're going to have to go find this Risen, or find the scene. The clerk describes the location where the body was found, and Malice heads out to investigate. So, next scene. Malice arrives at the scene of the murder. There is blood and to the acute of eye, a trail that is slowly fading in the snow. That's what we expect of the scene. Let's see if that is what we get. But also I think that last scene kind of went the way we expected it to, so we'll take our chaos rank back down to 5. So let's do a scene alteration check to chat. Find scene was altered. Okay. How is the scene altered? It's forgotten to tell me. Scene was altered. Okay, so what happens when the scene is altered? Scene was altered. Scenes. With so many elements and meaning tables to choose from, you may find yourself unable to pick or wanting to roll more than one. I say do it. The purpose of the meaning table is in the name. They're meant to add meaning to your adventure. Say you encounter a new NPC while exploring a burnt out building. Narrative killing questions. Hard questions build tension in your adventure, but narrative killing questions block it. How can you tell the difference? Leading with expectations. Simulationist versus theatrical friendly. Beginning the ending scene, playing out the scene, reduce or... Alright, okay, here we go. Scene adjustment table. Roll a d10. Let's roll a d10. Oh, hold on, there it is. Scene adjust. It'll be this one. Remove a character. Okay, well, that's interesting. What character do we remove? Where's our list? Character list. The merchants. We should probably add the clerk. The clerk. The risen. And so remove a character. Choose the most logical character to remove from the expected scene. Okay, wait a second. Choose the most logical character to remove from the expected scene. In the example above, the player would remove a frightened soldier, since he was the only other character in the expected scene. If there were no NPCs in the expected scene, then the player would roll the scene adjustment table again. Okay, roll the scene adjustment table again. But we should also add... who's the other one? Alfred? Not something like that. Alright, down at the bottom. Alfgar. Update. Update? Good. Close. Let's re-roll that. 8. Make 2 adjustments. Well, now you just get. Now you just add in problems on top of problems. Okay. 10. Well, we won't be adding 4 adjustments. So we're still just adding 2. 3. Reduce or remove an activity. Reduce or remove an activity. Reduce the intensity of an active element in your expected scene, or remove it completely if that makes more sense. In the earlier example, I mean, I can't remove anything. There's nothing in the bloody scene. Shut up. Stupid adjustments. So really, we can only either add a character, increase an activity, or add an object, right? Those are the only 3 things that make any sense, because there's nothing in the scene. I mean, how am I making these scenes wrong, right? So here's the example scene. That's a scene adjust table. In the ancient Roman horror adventure, the player character finds one of his comrades in the woods. The panicked soldier raves about a creature that attacked him and dragged the others away. In the next scene, the PC and his terrified companion comb the forest in search of the others. The scene ends when they discover an ancient crumbling camp nestled in the wilderness. The player comes up with a new expected scene. We enter the castle, our torches held high to help us search. When the tested scene becomes an altered scene, the player rolls a d10 and gets to remove a character, which they interpret as so when we approach the castle, the terrified soldier refuses to venture inside, too scared to go any further. I must go in alone. This makes perfect sense. Sadly, I suppose, no, we do have one thing. We've got the path, which leads us to something interesting to do. That can be gone. In the earlier example, the restless spirits, the forest fire was an active element in the expected scene. A scene adjustment table with results of remove, reduce, and activity could indicate that the fire is less intense than originally expected. Okay, so we can remove an activity, I suppose. The path leading out of here is gone, which makes life difficult. So that's the first roll. We've got to roll 2 adjustments. 9. Well, that's useless. There aren't enough adjustments on this table, are there? 10. Wow, look at these rolls. 2. Add a character. Okay. Choose the most logical NPC on a character list and add them to the scene. Let's look at our character list. The only other kind of obvious character to be here. Well, I mean, I guess that no, there are 2. There's either another investigator or the Risen, right? Which, well, I feel like it's another investigator, right? So we should add this new investigator to the character list. Investigator. What's the investigator's name? Come to me, little table. Come to me. Come to me, table. Come to me. Roswitha. But it's probably like Roswitha, because it's probably a double V. It's the only thing that I remember about anything about it. Rosviva. Rosvita? Rosvita. I don't know. Roswitha? Could be Roswitha. So Roswitha, she is strange and oblivious. Okay. That sounds kind of funny. Prestige. Crime. Okay, right. So Roswitha is the most exciting character we've come across so far. Roswitha is strange and oblivious. I've kind of presumed that because she's from prestige and crime, that she comes from a wealthy family, and has an interest in. No, she comes from a prestigious family, and now investigates and has become an adventurer for intents and purposes. Hence why she's here investigating. Ratty Raven hair. Leathery skin. Knowledgeable eyes. leathery skin. From exposure to the elements. So I mean, everyone I kind of feel kind of has that thick hide of skin because it's so cold. It's so very cold all the time. It's also very bright, right? Because as you'll forget with there's not many clouds, and so there's an awful lot of sunburn a lot of the time. So they're all pretty rough and tumble people. Oh, I was not expecting someone else to be here, says Malice, and they, for women, doesn't really acknowledge them. Wearing nice fur, well worn, but obviously of good quality pelts and furs, with rugged boots. So that's her. And so Malice is like, I did not expect to see someone else here, and they don't really pay much attention. Malice is like, you are not the Risen, are you? And she turns and stares at Malice for a moment and goes, my word, you're quite huge. She says in a rather proper tone. And you are quite small and dainty. But is she? Well, I mean, compared to Malice, everyone's small. And you, I'm Malice. I'm attempting to earn some coin by tracking down those responsible for this crime and bringing them to justice. Well, so am I. It's a paltry amount to split two ways, but I suppose I'm willing to, if the needs be. Oh, well, that's awfully pleasant of you, she says, and looks around. But I doubt that'll be necessary. I'm quite sure that I can solve this all on my own. And Malice tilts their head and goes, if that is how you wish it, that is how it shall be. I am uninterested in your petty games. And Malice looks around the site. Now, alright, let's get out Malice's sheet. As they kind of pointedly ignore each other. Acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation. So we're going to roll on their investigation. It's probably hard. It's probably, so it is skill check time. Skill checks. The core mechanic and sacrifice of a skill check. A skill check is performed by rolling a d20, adding a corresponding skill modifier, and comparing the total with the target number. A hard is a 20. Moderate's 15. Seems pretty rough, to be frank. What can we use luck for? What do we use luck for? Luck. Oh, hey up. Luck may be spent to automatically pass a saving throw, but it must be declared so before rolling. Luck can also be used to retreat from combat. If the whole party wants to retreat from combat, they must each spend one luck point. Whatever. Well, it doesn't say. Luck. Okay, right, so you spend luck every day. So you get a luck refresh every day. So, back to skill checks. I presume a skill check's a saving throw. I mean, it's not, but today is. To roll that, 12, 13. So that's not a 20. So we'll spend a luck point. One of two. So with his investigate roll, he manages to find the tracks, but he doesn't want to be followed. But that's probably going to be very difficult. So he will attempt to roll a thingy roll with an 11. That's not good enough to not be noticed by the other investigator, and they head north following this trail, and I think that's probably where we're going to rock up and leave it today. Sans an example of combat, but don't worry, there'll be an example of combat soon enough. So not much happening today, but such is life. We're just getting used to this. We're just getting used to using a bit of mythic. And I've been really thirsty for about the last hour and 30 minutes, so I need to go and have a drink. And yeah, cool, top bananas. It's been emotional. We'll do something tomorrow, or we might do something later on tonight. It depends on how I feel. But I was feeling that I kind of wanted to play some computer games in a bit, so I'll probably play some of those. But I still owe you like a lancer, and I owe you a traveller, and I owe you some other stuff. So you know, and I owe some werewolf and all kinds of things actually. I want to get to do some Dungeon World as well, because I'm supposed to be running something in Dungeon World soon. So, oh, and of course a proper Star Trek one, because we've got one of those coming up. So yeah. Cool, top bananas. Well, you have a great time, and take care, and have fun. Bye bye.